Make sure to bring that next time.
What a good shot looks like when she's zoomed in. So that looks a little overexposed, if you ask me. So she needs to bump her ND filter up to the next level. ND filter. So I think it's at 1, and we want it up to 2. The other one. Yeah.
What does ND stand for?
We want to see the field of neutral density, but we want to make sure the ball is in play. Are we actually seeing the check?
Can I pull it up on your computer? Do you want me to pull it up?
I don't want it to compete. That one on the other side? Yeah. I think it's a bad cable. 6 minutes?
Should I go down with gaff tape and fix it? Gaff tape and a headset?
I have a PCI cable.
What cable?
That's not my cable, but video cable?
Oh, yeah. Sounds like let's go into the meeting.
Go for a thumbs up. How do you what?
Yell at me loudly if it starts working, okay?
Where do you want to be?
Remember that.
Like it's giant. So you always want to be in that room without the play situation. So you can, but you don't ever want to go auto for any of these. You only want to pick because auto will go to a play as well. Is it running that sound right now?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Performance Trust Field on the campus of Wheaton Academy for tonight's boys soccer contest between the Batavia Bulldogs and the Wheaton Academy Warriors. At this time, let's meet the starting lineups. First, for the Bulldogs from Batavia. In net, number 25, Jacob Mefford. Number 2, Ian Wood. Number 3, William Carter Craney. Number 6, Drew Lillick. Number 7, Isaac Hager. Number 9, Adler Palos. Number 11, Miguel Garcia. Number 14, Eddie Torres. Number 18, Jason Nichols. Number 22, Joe Granzisti. And number 23, Hector Rosales. And now the starting lineup for the Wheaton Academy Warriors. In net, number 1, RJ Simmons. Number 3, John Austriaco. Number 7, Owen Cetrin. Number 9, Jack Lichty. Number 11, Logan Finnegan. Number 13, Brian Henry. Number 14, Chris Eklund. Number 15, Elijah Lebo. Number 21, Jack Kilgallen. Number 22, Seamus Kilgallen. And number 23, Daniel Richenkov. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Gentlemen, remove your hats and join me in an opening prayer, followed by the playing of the national anthem. Let's pray. Lord, we come before you tonight giving you thanks and praise for who you are and what you've done for us. We give you thanks and praise for the opportunity to be here tonight, to witness the competition between these two great schools. We pray that all that is done, said, and performed on the field tonight would be to your glory and your honor. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, from Performance Trust Field. I'm Matt Hockett. Tonight, the Wheaton Academy Warriors are taking on the Batavia Bulldogs. In both first games of the season, Wheaton Academy coming off a 24-5 season last year and finishing in third place in that year in the 2A Soccer State Series. Beat Batavia last year with a score of 3-2, with the last goal coming with only 40 seconds left to play in that game. So you know Batavia's been thinking about that a little bit, how things have changed. Well, for Wheaton Academy, they got moved up to 3A this year. And this is the first time that a Wheaton Academy team has gotten moved up twice. They were moved up before and then went back down to 2A. Now they finished in third again. And those rules really work to try and bring some of the best teams of 2A up to 3A to give them a little bit of a challenge. So we're going to see Wheaton Academy face teams like this, 3A teams, all year, and we will face them in the Soccer State Series as well. So this will be a good test for them to see where they're at. Wheaton Academy has both Batavia and Geneva in their schedule in the first two games of the season. So we're taking on two of the three Tri-Cities right away. We'll see how that goes as Wheaton Academy gets summoned to the field. And the referee is blowing the whistle. Wheaton Academy is still kind of circled up as Batavia waits for them. We'll see how long the referee holds his patience. In goal tonight is R.J. Simmons. After losing J.D. Gunn to a great career here at Wheaton Academy, R.J. will take over with some big shoes to fill. R.J. being a senior will try and take command of the backfield, along with some of the other starters to name. Number 3, John Austriaco. Number 7, Owen Setrin. Number 9, Jack Lichty. 11, Logan Finnegan. 13, Brian Henry. 14, Chris Eklund. 15, Elijah Lebo, or Eli. 21, Jack Kilgallen. 22, Seamus Kilgallen. And number 23, Daniel Rechenkov. A number of those names you'll hear again. We have some senior leadership here as they're coming into play. Jack Kilgallen, number 21. Seamus Kilgallen, number 22, and Owen Setrin, number 7, probably have some of the more experience on the team as they're seniors. Eli Lebo coming in and playing. Certainly, Wheaton Academy has lost a few of the senior leadership from last year with Owen Hardy, Grayson Harris, J.D. Gunn, Luke Huerta, all now playing for their college team. So if they're listening, we want to give a shout-out tonight. The ball boy and with the redhead that you see tracking down the shots is Mason Brook. Give him a shout-out as well as he started the grammar school here this week. This is the first day of classes here at Wheaton Academy as the header goes off to the side. Wheaton Academy not able to clear it, and Batavia kicked that thing right over the net in the back for a goal kick for Simmons. First day of classes, so you never know how that's going to work out for a team. A lot of emotion coming into the first day of school in general. That could take the mental fatigue to another level. So just because of athleticism, there's a couple of factors going into a game like this today. Eli Lebo clearing that thing out. Up top there, you see Jack Kilgallen, number 21, chasing down the ball. Right behind him, Owen Setrin, looking to either take the throw-in, or John Austriaco, number 3. So we'll start calling out people's names here as we start to see them come into play a little bit more. Seamus tries to trap that ball. My live stream crew for the night, we have Chas Luchanan, on the editing desk. Graphics being brought to you by Peter Sorensen. And up top, Val Tordina as our lone camera operator. You'll see a couple of different angles if we can give them to you from behind the bench, but for the most part, or behind the goal, but for the most part, you're going to see this top camera angle. As our first game, smaller crew as well. Try and deliver some of your most basic needs for live stream soccer tonight. John Ostriaco tracking down that ball, fouled from behind, so a Warrior free kick in their first opportunity. I think they might even be able to put this thing on net. Ball is sent wide, not enough tracking down. You can see we have a couple of different ways for you to follow along with some of the scores, reports, and news live streams that WaTV gives you. The first is to follow us on Twitter at The Real WaTV. Twitter's a great place for us to be able to share information quickly. We'll be able to share out what the football team is working on. We're able to retweet what Wheaton Academy is doing. So, and certainly we will broadcast, or we will announce broadcasts on Twitter as well. But even if you don't follow anybody else on Twitter, it's not a bad idea to create an account and follow us. Wheaton Academy's WaTV class is responsible for a weekly news show. That first news show is going to take place next Monday. We will post that to a couple of different platforms as well. As we see the ball on the far side, we'll name a couple of players that you might see. Daniel's got the red shoes on the far side, number 23. Chased down over there, number 21, Jack Kilgallen. He dropped the ball even though Seamus was cutting to the ball. Daniel will take the throw in instead. Jack traps that ball, looks to Seamus, tries to, nice little play, back to Daniel, not able to get anything in the middle. So far, we're seeing both teams hesitate a little bit with ball control in the middle. Everyone's a little extra cautious. Number 11, Logan Finnegan, taking the ball. Jack to Seamus, and Seamus gets the ball back for a second, not able to control it. And Bulldogs get possession back. Try and give out a couple of these Bulldog names as we see them. Number 3 up top, William Carter Craney, is going to be seeing a lot of the action. Up front, along with this outside mid and forward, Isaac Hager. Ball goes all the way long. So, Wheaton Academy has 2 weeks of practice before this game, just like the Bulldogs. They started a week ago 2 weeks ago on Wednesday. So both teams could use a game under their belt. I'm not sure this game means a whole lot as Owen Setrin cuts the ball back, gives a little shot on goal, goes between the legs, but really not much meat on that shot. So didn't have quite the chance Owen wanted. Owen coming in off of a successful year of tennis. We'll talk about Owen Setrin in a little bit and his work with Graham Shelton in tennis. So John Ostriaco puts the ball down for Wheaton Academy. Looking for a short play. He does find Seamus making a cut. Nice little touch. Seamus with control. Oh, tries to thread it right into Owen. Just misses a chance. Great look there by Seamus. Bulldogs, we said, coming in on the 3A lineup. They really don't have an option. They're going to be 3A based on school size. So you hear us talk about 1A, 2A, and 3A. That's a school size matter that the IHSA mandates. Certain school numbers allow us to, some private schools to play lower than others. Private schools have a multiplier, if you want to throw even more math into it, that makes them multiply that number of students, and then from there they judge whether or not they should be 1A, 2A, or 3A.
What?
Next step
Okay.
goes where you
Okay.
either grab some players or you get.
Oh yeah.
You just have to play when it plays down. And then time.
That free kick goes pretty long all the way to RJ as he scoops that up, plays the short balls. I know a Jeff Brook coach team typically doesn't like to play a lot of long. Will rather control in the field. Here's Daniel making a streak over. See if they send a short ball, which they did. It was cleared out by the Bulldogs. But you're going to see a lot of the Jeff Brook teams getting quality possession. And then when a free kick comes into play, they've got a great set. A couple of coaches on Jeff Brook's squad this year. Alex Earl, a former player of his, and also on our training staff. Devin Moore is new this year. Devin Moore, a former soccer and tennis player for Wheaton Academy, and really a high-valued tennis player at that. And then Joe Salvaggio is on the staff, but he plays more of a weekend game. So he will be at most of the weekend things and not during the weekday. So shout out to him if he's listening. Also shout out to my trivia squad. My man Daniel Smith and Luke Regan are on trivia with me every Tuesday night, and we almost always win. They're going to have to hold the fort without me. We'll see. If they win tonight without me, maybe they don't need me. And maybe I don't need to show up anymore. But, if they lose, boy, that pretty much shows you who's carrying that team as the ball gets crossed off to the side. Bulldogs not able to control it. Wheaton Academy not able to clear it. And here comes RJ with a pretty low scoop as he grabs the ball at chest level. I'd like to see those hands up a little bit higher as he grabs that. So trivia, there's a league every week we play, and then we accumulate points. So if you can get a number of weeks in a row at first place, that really helps. And we are always pitted against a rival during trivia night, so we'll see how things go. Wheaton Academy commits a foul there at the 40-yard line, so this might be a good chance for Batavia. It looks like they're not going to play a short ball. They're going to set this up. Number 2 for Batavia. I'll give you the name here. I hope I can give you Ian Wood, midfielder, looking to take this ball, and they're set up for a play here. So this first opportunity Wheaton Academy has to showcase their defense in the back, see if they can get a head on the ball and clear this out. And RJ does a good job of getting the ball in the air. I saw that working out in practice before the game, them delivering shots from the 40 and 50-yard line, and the keeper's job was just trying to catch the ball. Nice little chest play off the chest there. Owen Setrin coming up off the left-hand side, makes a cut back, gives the ball to Jack. Looks like Owen got tangled up, but no foul during the play. So Wheaton Academy with a pretty good look, but no shot out of it. If there was one thing Luke Huerta did well last year was shot attempts. Even if, he scored a lot, but shot attempts on goal, him and Grayson Harris up top, really put the ball in the net, test the keeper. We haven't seen that action yet with 13 minutes into the first half.
Instagram then, yep.
New platform for Wheaton Academy or WATV this year is Instagram. We just added this account, so if you're more of a visual follower, follow us on at the Real WATV on Instagram. I was talking to someone yesterday who said that their daughter, was taking a trip over the summer, and the only communication that the trip was going to give was through Instagram. So she created an account and she was following one person with no followers. That can be you. Just follow the Real WATV. You're going to get updates. You see the behind the scenes of some of the news shows. We'll try and advertise similar to Twitter, but if you're more of a visual person, maybe you're already on there, and that will help. Pretty much anybody with a Facebook, I would encourage to get an Instagram, and an Instagram is going to give you app-based options on your phone, which should yield some pretty nice things for you. There's a shot by Owen Setrin, and that just sails over. So here's Owen Setrin for a second as we have a stoppage in play. So Owen Setrin, number 7, and he just missed the upper left-hand window. Coming off one of the most successful, I think the most successful finish as a tennis player last year. He and Graham Shelton ended up in the Consolation Championship. So that is, in essence, a 5th place finish. And they ended up losing to a team from, I believe, Hinsdale South, which they lost to also for the sectional championship earlier. We're able to not only be all-state, but to have quite a finish. There are a lot of tennis players in the state. 17 years I coached that as the ball gets fed from Kilgallen to Kilgallen. Here's Seamus. Jack Kilgallen with the assist and Seamus Kilgallen with the finish. What a great little feed back and forth. Here's that replay. A little touch by Jack right back to Seamus and a great shot on goal, putting the ball low the whole time. Great job by Val to get you that look.
By number 22 is Seamus Kilgallen.
So we'll try and pull up that information on Seamus here in a second, but what a great look. And if there's anything I saw from last year's team, when that team got a lead, everything was, they were in a better place mentally. We'll see what happens here if that frees them up a little bit. Batavia hasn't really pressed them in the backfield yet. But that great give and go, we'll probably bring that up at halftime and break that down with the telestrator. A little touch play from brother to brother, and I think it started with Seamus giving it to Jack, who gave it back to Seamus. We'll see if that brother combination works out pretty well. There's a foul on Owen Setrin. That's okay. Ball's at midfield. Nothing too dirty. Little bench excitement. I see Lars Castle jumping up and down. Got a couple of guys here warming up. So we'll see if this ignites something for Wheaton Academy. So RJ's making that catch. You saw him catch and block that ball right there with his body. No fumbles yet. That's going to be a test for him to see how well his hands are in the on those long balls, on those corner kicks. As we know, he's going to be tested throughout this time. Owen not able to chase it down. So a free kick here, and then if we get a dead ball, we'll try and bring up something about Seamus. Seamus, number 22, taking that free kick. Here's a set play. Coach Brick's going to look at it for a second, then call out a play. A weird ball, not much pressure on the keeper. Maybe that would have yielded something a little bit better, but it did not. So Wheaton Academy doesn't get anything off of that look. As the sub comes in, let's talk about Seamus here for a second. Seamus is a twin. He and Jack, the people that know him, know the difference. I think Seamus has a little bit more curly hair, but that might just be me. Number 22 on the field, you see he's a senior along with Jack. That makes sense because they're twins. And we'll try and update these goal situations along the way each game to give you a sense of how things are going. A couple of guys stumbling over each other there and nothing much happening. So Batavia with possession there in the midfield. Great sunset at Wheaton Academy tonight. It looked like rain early on, and it kind of stayed away. It sprinkled a little bit on us. Best weather I heard ever for the Air and Water show this past weekend, as Chicago takes advantage of this very small window of time, what we call the fall. So Wheaton Academy, we talked about it, first day of school, in their first week of school. We have a new freshman class. I think there's 168 freshmen this year in this class. That's a little larger than a couple of other classes that we've got, but that's about our ideal number size. If you're listening to this and not a part of Wheaton Academy yet, but thinking about it, I encourage you to schedule a visit with our admissions team, Brittany Clanky. You can call at 630-562-7501 as number 5 into the game, coming into play here for us. The admissions team will run a couple of events to get people onto campus, but certainly you are invited to come out, watch a game here. Our campus feels a little bit more like a college campus, and we think that one of our best marketing strategies is to get people at our campus. There's a ball that was misplayed by by both RJ and number 9, Jack Lichty. That was dangerous. That probably would have resulted in a goal further on down in the season if that was misplayed like that. Wheaton Academy gets away with it for now. Ball's in the middle, and I'd like to see a little bit more control. We had a strong moment to play after the goal, but nothing came of that, and it looks like Bulldogs are putting a little bit more pressure on Wheaton Academy right now. Number 4, Ricky Resendez, about ready to come in. We'll see who that sub is coming into the game. Wheaton Academy is a part of the MSC conference. John Astiaco doesn't get a chance to clear it. Bulldogs get possession right there for that throw-in. MSC Conference has made some changes. Most notable change is a arch rival of Wheaton Academy's is back in the conference. St. Francis is in our conference, which from a standpoint of not being a coach, an excellent throw-in by the Bulldogs. My goodness, number 16 with the arm. Let's see what his name is there. I'll pull that up here in a sec. Gunnar Knox, great name there. So Gunnar with a long throw-in, almost like a corner kick. So Wheaton Academy maybe got a little surprised off of that. The MSC conference, going back to that, speaking as purely a person who loves sports, I would say that I think it's best for St. Francis and Wheaton Academy to continue to play each other. I'm glad they're in the conference. Number 14, Chris Eklund getting a breather there, and Ricky Resendez coming in. But, as a coach, boy, there's St. Francis is a bitter rival. They've had our number in the playoffs. They've had our number in important games. So it's pushed us to get stronger. It's pushed us to become better. Certainly some programs are at Wheaton Academy are better than others. So we'll see what that's like to have them in the conference. And then, it's such a long way to go. But a team from Kankakee, Bishop McNamara, is in our conference. They are always a strong team in the girls basketball state series. I'm not sure about some of the other sports. I know a lot of decisions are made by football speaking of football, we've got an upcoming game on Friday of this week, 7:15. With football, you're going to see a lot of replays that doesn't yield itself to soccer. We replay almost every play. If you're watching this right now, you're watching on YouTube, but we want to make sure that if you're watching it and a play on is called, and that was the incorrect play because Wheaton Academy never got possession. Stoppage and play here as a yellow card is in fact delivered to a Wheaton Academy player. So the first yellow card of the season is going to force him out. He's going to have to come out of the game, and we'll get that switched in. We'll see who Brooke dials in here. Looks like Gabe Martinez is coming into the game for Wheaton Academy. But if you're on YouTube and we're watching this, do more than just watch on YouTube every week. If you click subscribe, what you'll be able to do is not only see anytime we go live, but you'll also see any videos that we post for Wheaton Academy. That might be WATV episodes. That could be different segments that we run or advertisements. Good ball played by Jack, one in the air, chased down Kilgallen's running towards it. It's able to save it. Nope, not able to save it on the side, so a goal kick. So if you're just joining us, Warriors scored and have a 1-0 lead early in this this half of this game. About 15 minutes into the game, maybe 20 minutes into the game, Wheaton Academy got its first goal of the season by Seamus Kilgallen, assisted by his brother Jack Kilgallen. There's Eli Lebo chasing the ball down, number 15. Gabe Martinez, number 24, again recently in the game. Logan Finnegan goes down, no call made. Number 13 for Wheaton Academy. Start giving you some of these names. Is Brian Henry. And way down there, you see number 4 throwing in the ball right now. That's Ricky Resendez. As he was he came in off the bench. A foul called, pushing the back against number 7, Owen Cetrin. So we'll see how dialed up this play is. From 35, they might have a good opportunity here. They also like to play a short ball. They play the short ball from the corners. They'll play the short ball here if they need to. But it looks like they're going to take a chance at it. Logan Finnegan giving the look. It's obvious the guy is not 10 yards back since there's 10-yard markers on the field, but no one wants to pay attention to that right now. Not as important. The ball skips past and a corner kick is issued, so good chance here for Wheaton Academy. Corner kicks again, dead ball situations, special plays. We'll see how Batavia guards against it. I know they'll send a guy to the short corner often to just get the ball in play. Batavia coming up on the ball, so just taking away a direct shot for this. As Logan Finnegan again takes the free kick. Ball off the head of Batavia, but able to track it down and clear it out of the way. A pleasant night tonight, probably in the low 60s here right now at Wheaton Academy. If you're just joining us, our WATV live stream team will have a few different events on the schedule. If you go to Instagram or Twitter and check on some of the media that was posted, you'll notice a live stream calendar event. So I know we've got football coming up on Friday, and I believe tennis is going to be an option. Play on, and a goal. Batavia all upset because of the lack of a call on what was maybe an offsides, but you can see, well, Jack Kilgallen took full advantage of that and just buried that thing. I like how well, if it's play on, we're going to take a chance and really strike the ball, and he had everything behind that ball. Great goal by Jack Kilgallen, unassisted, I believe, on the play. So now both Kilgallens are in the book, we'll see if Wheaton Academy can withstand maybe a little extra pressure, as Batavia noticeably upset at the official for not making that call instead. It's one thing you can blame your team, and maybe they want to blame their defense at some point. If they watch the live stream, they're going to see one thing or the other later on. But in this particular case, that might light a little fire under their feet. Boy, ball goes all the way to the deck, not cleared out, and Wheaton Academy able to get it just at the last second to clear that out. Number 14 able to track that thing down. We'll try maybe a fancy play there by Seamus, not happening by Batavia, and they're going to call a foul in the back, which will give Batavia this open look. That's a bad angle there, taken by the defense. Now repositioned. Great look there by Batavia. Number 18 traps it. Not able to set anything up, and Wheaton Academy, great defense by Austriaco. Actually, that was off Batavia's feet, so a throw in for Wheaton Academy. Well done by John Austriaco right there. You can see a couple extra players warming up. It looks like Daniel Rodchenkov is working and getting warmed up again. I also saw Solomon Pitts, number 6, looking to maybe get into the game here before the half, give someone a breather as well. Gabe Martinez delivers the ball back up to Chris Eklund, number 14. Seamus skips the ball over to the far side with Ricky Resendez. Trying to get the ball to Owen, but a little floater gives Batavia a chance to track that thing down. Pretty decent crowd in the home stands over there. It's a blackout, so I can see most of the people wearing that color. Of course, there's a couple of people that didn't get the memo, so I see those white shirts as well. Good crowd, actually, for the first game of the season for Wheaton Academy. And a great day at Performance Trust Field here for our first night. Always nice to be home for the first game. A little less to worry about with traveling after school. Maybe you can get a little extra food because you're at home. A lot of things come into play even after the game, and not having to worry about driving back, even though it's pretty local. Batavia's not that far away. One of our teachers, Mr. Lehman, lives in Batavia and has recently purchased a coffee shop in downtown Batavia, which we may do a WA TV segment on at some point. We pulled up his Twitter, so we'll show this on a dead ball here for a second, but he tweeted out grateful and excited to see what this upcoming year is about, and he was talking about the head of school here too. Mr. Bolt was last night. We had what was called an installation ceremony. Really just an invitation for people to come and worship and to not inaugurate, but to be with Mr. Bolt as he took on his first day as head of school. So congratulations to him and his family for that really cool honor. Our former head of school, Dr. Frost, is now a part of what's called the Wheaton Academy Institute, and he's going to be helping our international program specifically and maybe some development stuff. But after 12 years of being the head of school, he has stepped down and allowed Steve Bolt to step into place. So if you haven't had a chance to meet him, I would say go ahead and get on over to Open House on Tuesday night next week and meet the head of school. Also, there is a principal who I very much like. My wife is the principal of Wheaton Academy, Corey Hockett. Does a great job with leading the teachers and setting a vision for curriculum and education. So get a chance to meet her during open house as well. Well, Wheaton Academy has got a free kick here with 8:54 left to play in this first half. That was Eli Lebo taking that shot. Gabe Martinez, number 24. Had a semester abroad last year, coming back here to play again. Austriaco not able to get it back. That actually ends up fouling just right there on the end. So another chance for the Batavia Bulldogs with 8:24 left. This is from the 25-yard line. Every time they've been around this distance, they've delivered it to the far side of the goal. They don't want to actually get it to the keeper. They want to find a way to get something at their feet or maybe in their head. Okay, so while we're really playing with a couple of yards, the referee wanted him to scoot back, left a little bit more and more. Ball drops down to the knees, but Wheaton Academy's Eli Lebo able to clear that out. And a nice job. I see Daniel Vinchenkov and Solomon Pitts getting ready to come into the game. Subs are called. Let's talk about this tweet here for a second again. I guess if you want to follow one of our teachers on Twitter, there it is. But Nate Lehman, living in Batavia. We have a number of teachers in Batavia. You can tell he's right here. He's talking about Steve Bolt as the head of school and just the really cool honor that is. You can also see tagged Wheaton Academy at Wheaton Academy on Twitter. If you want to follow our school, feel free to follow that as well. So Mr. Lehman coming from Batavia's, that is for a private school. We actually have a number of students. Oh, and a header just misses the side. Offsides is called, but an outstanding opportunity there for Batavia on that cross. But Mr. Lehman's from Batavia, I believe Mr. Regan's from Batavia, but a number of our students come from so much more than just West Chicago. We call it Wheaton Academy, so you'd think, well, a lot of people come from Wheaton as well. That's probably, West Chicago and Wheaton are probably our number two, our top two cities for recruits. But we, as Gabe Martinez hits the ground, we'll see how he pops, or not, that's John Austriaco, my bad. He pops back up, he's okay. So we have a couple of students coming from all the way from Joliet, right there on 59 and 55. That's a long way to travel every morning. I know we have one student for sure in either DeKalb or Sycamore, traveling out from 64 there. Ball's delivered by Seamus Kilgallen, just sails all the way through, and subs are called. Coming into the game again, Logan Finnegan, and number 8, coming into the game for Wheaton Academy for the first time is Soren Winquist Bailey. So if you're just joining us on this dead ball, let's talk about Jack Kilgallen for a second. He's the other twin, so if you notice the difference. Again, I think Seamus has a little bit more curly hair than Jack, but both are seniors, and he has now a goal under his belt, separated by literally one number, 21 and 22. I don't know if that means Seamus is actually older because he chose the higher number, or if Jack is. I'll get that information to you in the future. I'll find out which twin is actually older. I was telling at freshman retreat, I was talking about my brother. My brother, Tim Hockett, is a 5-star chef for Let Us Entertain You restaurants in Chicago, and he co-created a restaurant called M Burger. M Burger is out in the Aurora Outlet Mall, and then there's 5 of them in Chicago as well. But a lot of people said that they thought that we were twins growing up. Because, well, my mom dressed us the same. We had no power over that for a while. And we were only 13 months separated from each other. So We competed often. We were often on the same teams. And that competition probably drove both of us to be a little bit better. That ball is cleared out by Logan Finnegan, and there's Daniel Renchenkov. Daniel's pretty tall. I'm not sure if they don't give heights in this roster that I have. But Daniel definitely will provide most of the height for headers up front. I don't know if he is the tallest on the team, but he's certainly one of the taller players. Batavia trying to make a last-second push here as that shot goes wide with 3:45 left to play in this first half. Wheaton Academy up 2-0. We'll see if they're willing to just maintain that lead, try and stave off some of this pressure. I see Aubrey Benson here tonight and Lauren Spittler. Both of them are part of helping out with the improv team called Furnace Company. I know they have they have one more audition coming up, and we also, I believe, have a show coming up in October that might have auditions as well called the Kairos Show. Wheaton Academy is not doing a fall show, if you haven't heard. We are doing a winter show instead. Ball fed on the ground. Pretty easy play by RJ as he scoops the ball up. And RJ being pretty tall, is going to have to work on that throughout his time as he gets low for that. A little noise pollution from some vehicle passing by here. You might even see the motorcyclist in the background. Number 8. For Wheaton Academy there, Soren Winquist Bailey. Getting the ball, chasing it down. We got a throw in here, but Owen Setron will take it instead. 2:14 left. See what Wheaton Academy dials up. Looks like we're not putting a lot of pressure from our defense. We're playing a little protective, 4-against-1 here in the midfield. So Wheaton Academy willing to just hold on to this ball as much as they can. Owen tries to kick it back and a little bit fancy. Doesn't work very well, but able to chase it down and now able to control it. And looking across it, that thing gets scooped up. We got a foul on the keeper. It looks like Solomon went into the keeper when he was trying for that loose ball. So no card issued, just a free kick. Keeper puts the ball down. Batavia trying to get possession. I hear an ole, ole, ole in the background, led by the two guys not in the blackout. And Wheaton Academy trying here for the last minute to match up. Number 2 for Batavia, Ian Wood, sending a really nice ball. Boy, that was poorly contested by RJ. I don't think he got a hand on it. He might have got a knee or a hand in the back of a Batavia player instead. Dead ball is called. That is not a foul, just a dead ball. So Batavia, I believe, is going to get a throw in here in a second anyways. As number 3 for Batavia, I'll give you the name, William Carter Craney, walking off the field holding his neck. And maybe got something there in the on that kick. Again, really nice ball delivered by Ian Wood. Wheaton Academy going to have to do better with that high floater, as they don't really have a whole lot of height in the back. Number 16 for Batavia, coming in to throw the ball in here. 52 seconds as the clock was stopped for that foul. Ball skipped over, and an excellent save this time. For as poorly contested as the previous one, RJ got on the ground and somehow figured out how to save that ball. We'll show you that save here. There's that throw in. The ball skips past, able to get right there on the ground. That's outstanding, not only by by RJ, but also by our camera operator and editor to get that replay. Excellent job. I'll shoot you those names here in a second again as Batavia is finishing up. Throws the ball in. Wheaton Academy just needs a clear out, not able to get it quite yet. Batavia trying to track it down. There's how the half will end with Daniel sending it out long. So Wheaton Academy with a 2-0 lead. We're going to take a little bit of time and a break at half. We'll rejoin you when about 2 minutes left in the before the half ends. All right, for Matt Huckett, we'll get back to you here in about 8 minutes. I saw you on the sideline.
What? You come out and you see at these games? When I ran out of things to say. Oh, do you know like 2 freshmen on top? They said that they'd asked you. Now I have to go. Can I listen to it? Can I get my sound to be played this time?
All right, so welcome back with only 13 seconds left in this first half. Well, try and encourage this again. You really should subscribe to our channel. That's the easiest and best way to get information delivered to you in the way that you want it. You can see things that we post later if that's what you want. You can get notified anytime we go live if that's what you want. But subscribe to our YouTube channel, and that's Wheaton Academy org, not .org, and not Wheaton Academy, because for some reason someone had Wheaton Academy already, unfortunately. So it happens, but Wheaton Academy is up 2-0 here against the Bulldogs. We had, I'm not sure we're going to call that a shot on goal right there, as they just try and get the ball to the other side and set up their defense. Goals coming from both Seamus Kilgallen and Jack Kilgallen. And actually Jack with a little bit more, a little half point for the assist. Chris Eklund trying to convince Mason Brook to toss the ball because it was a dead ball and not a throw-in. Mason Brook being our ball boy down here. Showcasing some skills, actually. In the back, Jack Lichty gets the ball out. We'll see what Wheaton Academy's strategy here is in the second half. Certainly anytime the ball was held in possession by the Kilgallons, good things happened. And early on, Owen Setrin also had quite a role he was playing there. Maybe the defense took control of that a little bit differently once they recognized how Owen was interacting. Number 21 there, Jack Kilgallen, getting the ball to the corner, and there's your short ball. Coach Brook loves that short ball. Owen Setrin trying to get that ball in quickly, but that didn't work out too well. And this is number 15, Eli Lebo, sending it back to Jack Lichty. Looking for Chris Eklund. Nothing doing, so I believe he's the captain, Matt Navaria, trapping the ball there on the side. Or captain, I'm saying it. He is the, I think he's, I'm not sure what he is. I'll get back to you on that. Chris Eklund with a throw-in. Pretty simple throw-in. Nothing to it. And Daniel Ranchenkov chasing the ball down. So let's talk Wheaton Academy again. So Wheaton Academy has chapels every Tuesday and Thursday. This chapel that we most recently showed was the head of school in chapel. The head of school, the new head of school. So if you're just joining us, Dr. Frost is no longer the head of school. It is Mr. Bolt. Steve Bolt has taken over that, and my wife, Corey Hockett, is the principal. My wife is doing the chapel on Friday, and then on next Tuesday, I believe that's Coach Brook, who is the vice president or vice principal of student life, and he sets the chapel theme a lot of times, and we're going to find out what that chapel theme is next Tuesday. To complicate things just a little bit, we have another live stream channel that you might want to follow, and we don't have a graphic for it right now. It's livestream.com, and then it's /WA live video, WA live video. You can find all of these on our website, newly redesigned website, so if you want to see that, that might be worth a visit, wheatonacademy.org. But our chapels are live streamed there because of copyright content that we cannot put on YouTube. So check out those. We have a lot of athletic live streams coming up. Soccer, volleyball, tennis. We do not live stream golf for obvious reasons. It's really hard to get a signal out to the middle of the golf course, although our golf team in full season at this point. Our football team has not had a game. Their first game is on Friday. We will live stream that. And a rocket was delivered. I believe that was Jack Kilgallen, and I'm surprised that I think that keeper just put up his hands. That was an outstanding shot. Here, watch this replay for a second. just got a little extra space, and boy, that keeper had no idea. He was actually moving in the opposite direction of that ball, stuck his hand out, and skipped the ball over. Great save by the keeper, and an excellent strike by Jack. Well, Batavia's strategy there of putting a guy 10 yards away worked out really well. I was debating that strategy. You lose a guy on defense, but that takes away the short strike. Wheaton Academy, ball at their feet, not able to play it. John Austriaco, ooh, interesting idea. I like it, trying to work it the other direction, but not able to finish that. So, Wheaton Academy has a team of seniors. They're called Project Lead. And Project Lead has a number of different options. As a foul is called, stoppage of play, in fact, and that usually results in a card. We'll quickly see what happens here. Looks like Seamus Kilgallen is arguing this call a little bit. He's going to have to come out of the game, explain to Coach Brook exactly what he was trying to explain to the referee. I'm not sure that's going to matter. You can take a look at it on replay later on. So Gabe Martinez comes in the game for Seamus. Batavia with an excellent chance at the 35-yard line. Short ball is played with the intent to send it long, but that is a great takeaway by Owen Setrin, number 7, who's really working hard to get up front. Daniel, also known for his speed, gets the ball, maybe looking to take it to the full corner. Nope, takes it back to the middle, cuts back, sends the ball back to Chris Eklund unguarded. Not much of a plan, sends the ball to no one in the middle. Able to get the ball back, thankfully. Sends a short ball. That is taken away as well. Batavia able to withstand that nice short little run there by Wheaton Academy. Little pressure, taking a walk, called back. Referee does not let him walk up forward, and yet he walks up again. That is why I love soccer. So many different rules. On the code of it, like being able to flop like Neymar every once in a while. Yes, Neymar did flop for all you Brazilian fans. World Cup was a great time in the summer. I enjoyed all of that, including the outcome. I thought France was outstanding. Ball is played. Logan Finnegan trying to send the ball up. Looks like Austriaco went from backfield to forward for a second. Not able to get it. Going to have to retreat all the way back, too. And he does, and he gets the ball. A couple of whistles in the background in case you hear them. Those are for another game going on as well. Referee shakes his finger at John Austriaco, says you can't do that. I guess that will probably be good enough in terms of a correction. Wheaton Academy, Batavia plays the ball up. I muted it because a former student of mine, Maisie Holland, and also a player of mine for the girls' tennis team, has come up to the press booth. She is studying abroad at Cambridge next semester, or this semester, so talking to me about that for a second. Always good to see former players and alumni coming back. Also coming back tonight, former WA TV anchor and co-creator of Walkumentaries, Megan Clark, is into the booth tonight. So, yay for our reuniting team as well. Corner kick by Wheaton Academy. Take this moment to pull up John Austriaco. I'm pretty sure that's a misspelled John, by the way, but I'll take I'll take the hit for that one. I think it's Jon, so I apologize, John, for that. But John Austriaco is a part of the Project Lead team, and he is on Project 9. So Project 9 was able to go out to the freshman retreat in Lake Geneva with all 168 freshmen. 45 of them are on Project 9 and are responsible for 3 or 4 freshmen. John was one of those guys. So he, along with his teammates, figured out, and Daniel Renchenkov gets a great look. Ball skips a little bit wide there. Good look, good pressure by Wheaton Academy recently up there. But this Project 9 is really essential for us to welcome our freshmen in, to invite them into community, to introduce them to the community, to also try and answer some of the common questions they might have before the school year even gets started. We appreciate all those seniors and all their work. Gabe Martinez tries to skip that ball backwards. Did not work out too well. Logan Finnegan looking to do something with it. Gets the ball to Daniel. Daniel loses it. Nah, they're going to call a foul at some point with a little extra. Couple of smiles after that as two guys just kind of fighting each other off with arms there. Able to walk away with that without a card. So far in this game, Wheaton Academy has shown some resilience there up front. Owen Setron all alone. We'll see if he can scoop this past. And misses just right. Wide open net. Oh, he's going to want to have that back. I hope he's not going to watch this live stream back to see this. We'll show you the replay and how close this was. Skips pass and just misses off to the right. Boy, that was an excellent feed through the middle. And Owen's done a nice job a couple of times of being able to go through that. I can tell right now his shoulders are down a little bit and just thinking about that opportunity. So you don't get too many like that, but keeper did a nice job coming out, taking away the angle. Just not able to finish. This time will come. Logan Finnegan gets the ball back. But I was saying that Wheaton Academy has had an excellent start, not only to the season, but what we were saying, if you joined us right at the beginning, was Wheaton Academy beat Batavia last year in the first game of the season last year as well, but they were down 2-0, I think with 18 minutes left to play. And they ended up winning 3-2 and scored the last goal with only 40 seconds left. So disappointing loss. Nice ball there by Owen. Missed opportunity, but a great strike by Daniel to thread that ball across. A couple of great opportunities recently for Owen. Eli Lebo sends that thing way back. Well played on the ground by RJ. RJ gives the ball over to Jack. Great patience there, seeing that ball. That was an outstanding pass not able to control it. Ball goes out of bounds, and Bulldogs get a couple of fresh legs in here. Looks like Daniel getting a little bit aggressive, body checking a little bit, and he's going to come out of the game for a second. There's a fine line, and a lot of times, I'm not going to say this is the case. Boy, that guy took it another 10 yards to throw the ball in. But not always the case, but a lot of times private schools will get labeled and a free kick delivered maybe just outside the box. 16, number 16 for Batavia, making a claim that the foul was inside the box. That's Gunnar Knox, but the referee puts it way back. As you watch it back on replay, maybe you can recognize that if you rewatch this game. But I think the ball was closer to that box than it is now, but referee doesn't want to deal with the PK. Great punch out by RJ, using his height to his advantage in that situation, and Warriors on the move. Gio losing and Batavia getting the ball back, trying to put a little extra pressure on, knowing they need it with only 25 minutes left to play. Gio making a hard line. I think you saw that player going hard. No foul called. A lot of people on the bench throwing their hands up, but the referee's a little closer to the play, so I'm going to say he's got the best view of that. Ball's controlled. John Ostriaco looking for what he can do with it on the far side here. Ball's fed up the middle, but no one able to get it. Wheaton Academy actually gave up on the play. Ball just hung out in the middle for a while. There's Eli Lebo again, doing what he does, kind of sending the ball back for control. Batavia player down. Wheaton Academy is in possession of the ball right now, so referee says to stay put. It looks like Batavia player is stretching out like he's got a cramp in his leg, so we'll see if that's the case there. 24:38 left to play in this second half. Guy's going to come out with what seemingly is a leg cramp, as I can see him hobbling off here. I think that's number 18 for Batavia. That's Jason Nichols. Going to take a breather here. Most likely he'll be back in. We're talking about Coach Brook and some of the program things he does, but certainly one of the better things he does is surrounds himself with outstanding coaches who have been former players. As Jack Kilgallen's working off 2 or 3 guys, still had a chance. Number 13, Brian Henry, with a shot that got blocked pretty early. And Jack Wise just clears that thing out. Number 16, Gunnar Knox, is taking all the throw-ins for Batavia, not resulting in anything in that particular case. Logan Finnegan tries to send the ball wide. It looks like to Owen Setrin. A lot of guys running out of steam. Great trap by Logan. Not able to finish it, but John Ostriaco able to chase it down. Looks to the middle of the field. Controlled a little bit. Send ball right into Owen Setrin, but a offsides is called right at the end of that play. So Owen close, but referee calls that play back. wind blowing into our mic a little bit more. I'm going to turn down our field mic, but it might actually be my mic as well. So, 23 minutes left to play here in this first half. Saw the Wheaton Academy golf team getting ready to, I think they have a match under their belt already. If you want to follow any of the Wheaton Academy scores, the best place to go is athletics.wheatonacademy.org, and you'll be able to track a sport that you want. All the sports are up there pretty soon with updated rosters. I think with football, that'll be the last team to play. I think everyone's getting ready for this season. Lights are on the field at First or Performance Trust Field tonight. New speakers, not only here but in the Fine Arts Center auditorium. Phenomenal. Brought in a great company to help us out. Gunnar Knox takes the ball away. And Chris Eklund. Tomorrow, Wheaton Academy has its first Wednesday. Wednesday is often one of the students' favorite days of the week. They get to start at 9 a.m. Oh, if we could all be that lucky. Teachers, on the other hand, start actually earlier than a normal day of school, and we start at 7 a.m. as we're in collaborative groups with our departments, working together. Great time. Actually, our now head of school, Steve Bolt, introduced this to us about 10 years ago and started this, and we got a block schedule put into place. Block schedule has 3 class periods on a Wednesday and 4 class periods on a Thursday, all of them an hour and a half long. And you can probably get a varied opinion on the matter. We have a lot of students that like it. It also probably depends on the teacher and the class and the class period. Maybe an hour and a half after lunch might be a little bit more difficult than your first block schedule day class or your third out of 4. Or so it might have its challenges, but for the most part, teachers and students like it. We do that on Wednesday and Thursday. Friday and Tuesday, we just said, are chapel days. And Monday, we run something called Community Time, which brings everybody together in the auditorium, and often we have WATV. So, again, with WATV News, another program at Wheaton Academy, it's actually a class. So this is the live stream part of WATV. WATV News, we're going to post a lot of our content right to YouTube. So we're not going to stream it live. We're going to post it after the fact because we don't want to have it seen before students actually see it. But you can see segments. You can see sports highlights. We have news anchors delivering some of the messages to students that teachers want that are probably delivered in a better way than just standing up in front of the auditorium. So you can find that at our YouTube channel, WheatonAcademy.org, not .org, youtube.com, and then WheatonAcademy.org. You can also find that on our website, that same link. And then if you smash that like button or subscribe, then you help us out, not only by us recognizing that you're listening and watching, but that you also get content delivered to you. Of course, if you don't want to go the social media route and you want to just maintain a personal message, I run the live stream. Again, my name's Matt Hockett, and I have an email at Wheaton Academy that you can send comments, questions, or compliments. I really like compliments too. At mhockett, Hockett, at WheatonAcademy.org. Certainly we want to do this thing better for you, so if you have suggestions, feel free to do that as well. Feel free to comment right there as you're watching, listening, and share this thing out. Share it with family members if you're watching it after the fact. and you're not watching it live, and you're watching it now, share this thing and let other family members know who might be out of state. Some of our viewers from last year were coming from Arizona, Pennsylvania. We had a JD Gunn's family was watching from Panama, and we're thankful we're able to provide a service to families like this. We're not going to be able to live stream every soccer game, every football game. We're going to try and do most of the home events, but we have a smaller team. This team tonight is led by Chas Luchanen at the editing desk, graphics by Peter Sorensen, and Val Turdina on the camera. But we need more people. So if you know a student at Wheaton Academy and you think this is a good fit for them, go ahead and make the suggestion. Get them to sign up, have us send me a message or see me in person. And what my space is called Studio 22. Batavia delivers a shot. RJ able to just get a hand on it. I thought the ball hit the top. The referee is signaling that the ball hit the top. And the stoppage of clock is requested as they consult. I believe the side official is going to come over and say that the ball hit the top post. We'll watch the replay happen here just to give you a view. He makes a tip. Difficult to say. I mean, it's a really tough angle for us. Maybe, you can slow that thing down. Maybe we could watch it a little bit closer and zoom in. But that's going to be our only angle that we can give you right now. That referee has consulted with the side official, whose call it really is because he's got the better angle. Of course, I'm saying this as the call went our way and we didn't end up giving up a goal. But the call is made that it is a corner kick, not a goal kick. Goal is taken off the scoreboard. Told to hold up as the players are having a meeting with the official. I guess the official just wanted to let them be heard. It's probably a good idea. I've actually seen baseball umpires act a little bit too quickly in the major leagues this year. I think that official did a nice job. That's a tough call. That's a tough situation to swallow for Batavia, so he just wants to let them know. Great save, I think, in the box there. Stoppage and play. That's going to be a handball situation. I don't know if we've got this here. Ball's fed over quickly, skipped on the ground, kicked up, and there's the handball by, I think they're going to call it on Eli Lebo. Outstanding replay there to show you that. So handball is assessed. That means a free kick is coming up here for Batavia Bulldogs, number 9 for Batavia. That is Adler Palos is going to take this. R.J. Simmons in the goal for Wheaton Academy. This is going to be in favor of the Bulldogs. This is always a tough play here. We'll see if R.J. guesses right, though. Adler sends a ball right into the side. Goes to retrieve it, as does the team that is often down, and is going to put the ball right in the middle to force play to go a little bit faster. So 2-1 now. We'll show that replay one more time. An excellent strike by Adler here to the right, keeping the ball on the deck. And RJ, you could tell, was guessing the wrong way right from the beginning. So Batavia does get a goal back. Wheaton Academy now 2-1. That very comfortable 2-0 lead is now. There's a little bit more urgency to control the ball and to actually push the ball forward, not just sitting on it, because you can tell Batavia's got a little fire in their belly now. Down only a goal with 16 minutes left to play. We'll see what they can pull up and what Wheaton Academy can actually turn on now. The bench getting a little bit more vocal. Jack Kilgallen ends up losing the ball. An excellent ball actually given to him by Solomon Pitts. Just lost the ball, maybe wanted to take that further in the corner. Nighttime winds coming in off to the side here at Performance Trust Field with 15:55 left to play at a clock just past 8 o'clock here tonight. We'll see if Wheaton Academy can control the rest of this game to finish off the win. Solomon Pitts with the ball. A little extra touch there. Loses it. Gets the ball back, though, on a good hustle play and a great ball up to Logan into the open space. Feeding a little bit of movement. I like both of these passes recently as Wheaton Academy is moving forward with the pass. There's Owen Setron on the far side. Taking the ball up with his right foot. Giving the ball to Jack Kilgallen. Gets a strike. Not much behind it. Not much of a save needed in that situation, and keeper able to scoop that thing up. I see Chris Eklund getting ready to come into the game. Number 14 for Wheaton Academy. We'll see who he's about to sub out for. Batavia trying to get the ball settled. Keeper does an outstanding job of sending that. Eli Lebo, outstanding as well, giving the ball back. And RJ, pretty good with the feet, able to control that. As Ricky Resendez kind of floats the ball up there. Wheaton Academy able to do something with it. No offsides. Jack Kilgallen streaking down the side of the field. Probably looking for Owen. There's Solomon Pitts coming short. Not able to get it. That was an excellent run by Solomon. Just not able to get the ball from Jack. Good hustle play by Wheaton Academy and throw in for Batavia. And subs are called, so all teams will take their time. Not much time given because Logan here on the short side is already out. So Chris Eklund coming into the game for Logan Finnegan. Gets a breather. We'll see how long, if he stays out the whole time or if he's played pretty much the whole game. Excellent job by that junior. Floater throw-in. Wheaton Academy content letting the ball come down to Batavia's feet. Batavia not getting very much control with these touches, and really their only serious opportunities have come here in the second half. Actually, RJ had a great save early there in the first half as well. What the call is here as the referee's calling the ball back for a second. Solomon delivers that ball wide out to Owen Setron. Puts the ball on his feet, puts the ball up its head. Still able to chase this ball down and just kind of holding it in the corner. Good soccer players, able to use their body to shield as you know the player wants it. Kind of use that to your advantage. Batavia trying to get the ball in the middle of the field. Is able to chase the ball down. And Wheaton Academy on defense, Ricky Resendez, able to force a bad pass. So Batavia loses the ball. Wheaton Academy throw in here with 12 minutes left to play. Seamus Kilgallen getting the ball up to Owen, who, if there's one common trait here of Owen right now, is he gets a long ball often played to him, and he's able to trap that ball pretty well to his feet to control it. I haven't seen too many times when he's lost possession there. Sometimes he's alone, but that's a whole different strategy to the game. John Ostriaco maintained the possession. Owen doubling back to Jack. Back to Owen. Owen sends the ball to the right side, and that is a goal. Wow, an excellent play. Owen sending it to Jack here first. Jack sees the give-and-go opportunity. He did the same thing with Seamus earlier in the game, and Owen takes full advantage. Owen Owen Cetron had a wide open goal opportunity earlier in this game, if you remember back to that play, and missed the ball to the right-hand side, this time going to the exact same side of the goal, and really just threading the needle, putting the ball right next to the post. So tonight we have goals by Jack Kilgallen, well, Seamus Kilgallen first, Jack Kilgallen, and Owen Cetron. And if we, in my pregame conversation with Coach Brooke, we were talking about seniors and senior leadership, and on my sheet, those 3 players are named. You're going to hear them throughout the season. They're going to be what keeps Wheaton Academy together. They by far have the most experience. Excellent job of taking full advantage of opportunities when they were given tonight. That's a tough pill for Batavia to swallow. That's going to be a corner kick for Batavia, but now you've got a 2-goal lead again, which just gives you all the comfort in the world. So Owen with his first goal of the season as well. So we have 3 players now with 1 goal each. We're late in the second half, 10 minutes left to play at Performance Trust Field. See if we can pull up a picture of Owen here right after the dead ball. Hopefully a dead ball. Yep, man, the ball sails over the top. So here's Owen Cetron again, number 7 for Wheaton Academy. A multi-sport athlete playing tennis as well. He is a senior. First goal of the year for him. And probably the guy that I've seen, him and Jack are probably the guys up top more than anybody else. I don't know if they're called forwards. They're not on the roster officially as forwards. There's a lot of midfielders, but doing a nice job way up top. Seamus tends to play just a tad back in the middle of the field. A foul call by Wheaton Academy, or on Wheaton Academy. Bulldogs get the ball here at the 45-yard line. Have delivered great strikes deep. I think RJ probably wise to stay in goal that time. Let the defenders take that. Chris Eklund tries to settle it. And you can see the strategy is let's get the ball up and forward to Owen. And that's worked pretty well this game today. For you who enjoy live streams of multiple sports, not just soccer, we've got a football live stream coming up on Friday at 7:15, followed by next Tuesday. We're going to try and live stream girls tennis. We haven't tried that in a year. We weren't able to do it for boys tennis, but we think we're going to be able to get the Wi-Fi over to the shed on the other side of campus. You can see Wheaton Academy, if you've ever been here, we've got a spread-out campus, so it's really hard to get all of our areas connected. So we're going to try our best to show 1 or 2 of those games as a play on is called. Just kind of bowls him over. You know, the fans didn't like it. It might have been the right call. We're going to let that slide. Referee's done a pretty decent job with this game so far. Wheaton Academy, Eli Lebo coming dangerously close to a handball again as he traps the ball right off his stomach. I don't even think it hit his chest. And then ball is sailing out for a goal kick. 7:33 left. Batavia with the ball here. Again, both teams in their first game of the season, so you're going to see some inexperience early on from both teams. Even Wheaton Academy players, you know, some are going to rise to the occasion. Probably watch games back and see who kind of does better under pressure. Coach Brooke has to do the same thing. He's seen a lot during practice. Foul from behind called on Wheaton Academy. I think Seamus Kilgallen. So Batavia gets the ball. You know, they're with the wind here, so the ball's going to go deep into the box to see if the defense can hold them on that line. You can see them lined up here. On the kick, they're going to be able to move. RJ not coming out, and Wheaton Academy able to get a foot on it, just enough. So a corner kick is called. These are dangerous areas for Wheaton Academy. We have not done well at clearing the ball out. Sometimes the ball has hit the ground, so we'll see if we can get a head on it for starters. Daniel Rodchenkov is in the back corner. You see him marked in the back post. There he is, kind of guarding the ball. Batavia not able to control that, so a goal kick is called. You can see our clock, 5:38 left to play in this game. Wheaton Academy just trying to hold on here, see what they can do. Last year's result ended in a 3-2 victory, but with 18 minutes left to play, Batavia had a 2-0 lead. I'm sure that's in the back of Batavia's mind right now, saying we gave up some goals late. We can get those same goals against them. I don't know if Wheaton Academy is playing with that same sense of urgency. Defense seems to be the number one strategy right now. We've taken off all the pressure up top. Up top, we have number 5, Nico. We have number 7, Owen, and number 23, Daniel. Really a little bit more of the forward push. Everybody else is kind of definitely more on defense. See if Coach Brook dials up any more subs to come into the game. Often that is used as a strategy to slow the game down. That might not be needed right now. In professional level, you are only allowed 3 subs per game, and once you sub out, you are out of the game. That is different in high school sports. You can sub in and out of the game as often as the coach deems necessary, as we see Gabe Martinez kind of lining up, getting ready to come back in once again. He has come in and out multiple times. So some coaches take the strategy to stall the game a little bit more by subbing with most every possession they can. Daniel not able to run that ball down, but the ball is deep into Batavia's area. A play on would have been nice, but I don't think the officials noticed that, so the ball is played back. Number 2 for Batavia, Ian Wood, taking the free kick as he's done all game. Sends a great deep ball from 20-yard line to 20-yard line, and Eli Lebo just enough of a foot to keep that out of the possession of Batavia. 3:23 left to play in this game. A high ball given from R.J. Simmons. Seamus Kilgallen, or Jack Kilgallen, my mistake, chases the ball down. Nico not able to maintain possession. RJ doing a good job of coming out, putting the ball at his feet, and keeping it at his feet until they require him to pick it up. A couple of extra bounces, and we'll see if he sends this ball in the air. Because of the wind, might be harder to control this. He does send a great deep ball. It's all the way to the 40-yard line. Comes back, and Batavia loses possession again. So a sub is called, and Wheaton Academy, well, when the sub is called, they often look for a guy on the far side of the field to even stall further. So John Ostriaco comes out of the game, doing a great job. That might be the last time he's in this game. Great game for him on defense there. Daniel making the turn, able to get past his defender. Batavia still gets the ball back. Jack Kilgallen chasing the ball. Daniel and the whole Batavia team have been playing back and forth physically. Daniel gets the better end of this deal this time and earns a free kick. Chris Eklund here in the back walking up for this free kick. I think he will take it. Chris surveys what has to happen. A sign is clearly given by Coach Brook. Ball is delivered, but Wheaton Academy not able to chase it down. Jack Lichty takes a stab at it, ends up getting something to disrupt the flow, and that's got to be a foul coming in from behind on Jack Kilgallen. So with 1:30 left to play, Wheaton Academy's thinking get the ball to their side of the field. These dead ball situations take an extra 10, 15 seconds per situation. I think Batavia's out of it at this point. You can see their demeanor has changed now as well. Logan Finnegan taking the time he needs, delivers a ball into the air to the keeper, and a foul is called as they're going to call a stoppage in play. They're probably going to give a yellow card to this foul as well. It's not needed at this point in the game. Jack Kilgallen having to come out of the game for that one. Probably will receive the same word of advice from Coach Brook. A sub is needed to come into the game. A stoppage in play. I think the Batavia keeper's okay. The official goes over to check on him. So in this last minute of time as we're wrapping up, number one, we appreciate the viewership. We want you to take full advantage of subscribing to our Wheaton Academy YouTube channel. That channel's name is up here one more time for you. If you subscribe, you get notified every time we go live for a game, and you can tune in to your heart's desire. You can turn off that notification and just watch old games later on. But you'll know that they're there. Feel free to comment anytime you can. Of course, we take those comments seriously. Look to improve the show as we continue on throughout these seasons. And we look for your future viewership. Not only that, if you see that we are posting, we'll try and bring up the Twitter here for a second. Our Twitter handle is TheRealWaTV. Follow us on Twitter. You will get a notification prior to the game that we are going live. As the clock slips down to 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, and 1 here. This is Wheaton Academy's first victory of the season. They go to 1-0 on the season. Batavia Bulldogs go to 0-1. And Wheaton Academy again gets off to a good start for the year. They're going to have a game, I believe, on Saturday. I could be wrong, against Geneva. Double check that with the athletic calendar at athletics.wheatonacademy.org. We are not live streaming that game. We will be live streaming a football game here on Friday night and next Tuesday for tennis. My crew tonight, I want to thank them. Chas Luchanan at the editing desk, giving you the replays. Val Turdina up top with the camera work and with your graphics for tonight. And I like to call him a production assistant, Peter Sorensen. Great night for Wheaton Academy sports. The rain held off. We end up getting the victory. We're going to leave you here with one last request. Look for us on social media. You see that up top actually by the scoreboard as well. On Twitter and Instagram is TheRealWaTV. Give us a follow, shoot us some comments, and tune in for future broadcasts. For Matt Hockett, this is a great night to finish with for our first live stream broadcast with a 1-0 victory for boys soccer. Congratulations to Coach Brook and boys soccer as we look to continue their season on a winning streak. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Feel free to comment and send me an email and let me know how you think things are going from your end as a viewer. For all of us here at Wheaton Academy, have a good Tuesday evening.